Boom, the Doctor is back. Doctor Strange, Madness 80. Thanks for coming to the channel and checking out my full wave review of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We got Doctor Strange, we got our first Wong, we got our first America Chavez, we got Mordo, we got a poorly executed, how did I can't, I'm mad. We got Sleepwalker and we got Despair. All right, Wave. Not too hyped, to be honest. Maybe that'll change once I pull them out of the box. But yeah, let's take a look. So Strange is the double pack if you bought a case. Mine came from Entertainment Earth, so Strange was the double pack as mentioned. Sean Solo has that other one, so please don't ask. Very excited for this Wong figure and Sleepwalker, man. As somebody who collected the trading cards back in the '90s and just staring at that card, wondering who this guy was, it's pretty mind blowing that we were getting an action figure of this guy. So, Hypno Hustler, here we come. We're getting closer and closer. I think it'll happen. Hypno Hustler, remember that. Hypno Hustler. All right, let's start. We'll start with one of the Stranges and go from there. Ooh, I lied. We're doing Wong. Wong, this figure looks fantastic. Great representation of Benedict Wong here. Look at the layers of fabrics of the robe. This is why I wish we had alternate hint, because although this portrait looks fantastic, I would like one maybe scowling, gritting teeth, something a little bit more expressive, you know? Such a cool character. Let's read his back. Wong, where can I get rid of this guy? There we go. Wong takes over for the Ancient One as Sorcerer Supreme and leader of the Karmatage, teaching a new era of sorcerers to protect our reality from mystical threats. Back of the box looks fantastic. As you can see, Wong, number one, so he comes with the arm of Rintrah. Rintrah. That's going to be weird to say. It doesn't roll off the tongue at all. Not familiar with the character. I just knocked Wong over. Not familiar with the character. And I don't know if this is an MCU or a comic version of Rintrah. I guess we'll wait and see, right? Wong does come with extra hands. We see this with the Doctor Strange. He comes with a sword-wielding hand and this sword. I'm sure this sword has a name. A sweet name at that. Let's see if we can figure that out. So Google failed me. If you know, let me know. But it does look pretty sweet. Basic sword, paint. Oh my gosh, focus. There we go. Focus, focus, focus. Looking all right. All right, Wong, sword wielding hand, sword. Let's get some other effects on here. Boom, looking awesome. Again, a head that was a little bit more expressive would have gone a long, long way here. Oops, excuse my finger. Freehanding this, as you can tell. This looks fantastic. Look at that. Man, they nailed that sculpt. I'd still like to see a Wong from Endgame, or Infinity War rather, in Endgame, in his basic Karmatage robes. But this one is fantastic. And I think it's safe to say, a lot of us are going to want a comic version of Wong as well. So let's get on that. Hasbro. I almost said Toy Biz. Weird. This looks good. Look at that. Is that the very sword on his robes there? I don't know. But yeah, these colors go nice together. A little too much yellow for my liking, but man, look at the details there. Fantastic. He's got some fat, thick pants on underneath. And then you can see the detail here, the effects. That looks fantastic. Good stuff, man. And for his face, another close-up. Look at that face. That's good, man. They did a great job. I like this figure a lot. Wow. All right, let me mount this phone up, and then we'll get closer look. Here is a closer look at his sword. Nice detail there, just above the hilt. Is it the same detail on each side? It is. I couldn't tell you what any of, if that inscription means anything, or if it's just decorative. Decent color for the blade. Nice white hilt. We are not getting good focus here. There we go. All right. Google failed me, or I just didn't know how to Google. But yeah, I don't know what the name of that sword is, so it's not like, the Cloak of Levitation or something cool like that. But yeah, one last closer look before we go over. And you could see that articulation. I did it by mistake there. Before I go over his articulation. That is good. He's so cool, man. Such a cool actor. Man, was he wearing these robes in Shang-Chi? I'm gonna have to rewatch that. But yeah, again, I'd still like another Wong MCU and comic version again, back into those regular robes that he does don in Infinity War and even Doctor Strange. So I think that'd be cool. More Wong, more Wong. All right, so Wong, like most modern MCU figures, you could see he's twisting all over the place. You can see his Adam's apple, where the light here is reflecting. It's going off center, so you kind of fudge it around. There we go, back in center. Yeah, there we go. So it's a dumbbell at the bottom and at the base of the neck. So boom, boom. Crazy, dude. That almost looks natural. Like right here, look how natural that looks. Holy cow. Nice shoulders. Boom, boom. We got our bicep, got our double jointed elbows. These hands that he came with in package, have that vertical hinge. The sword wielding hand, unfortunately, has that horizontal hinge. My bad, not the vertical. Horizontal, even though it's a sword wielding hand. And then these hands, since they're reuse with Doctor Strange. So here, real quick, this is Wong's, and then this is Strange. And you can see they're the same. Skin tone is slightly different, or is it the lighting? I think it's slightly different. Safe to say it's slightly different. To match Wong's skin tone, of course. It doesn't, though. So that's weird. All right. And then you saw this fantastic. Look at that. That moves so nicely. And then I want to see what's under here. He has his thick pants. But unfortunately, you are hindered by this plastic here. So he has a single jointed knee. If you can get it, you can see the joint there. I'll try to. There we go. Bends real nice. And then the feet are mine are kind of stiff, but you know, he has a thicker ankle. There is a pivot still, but again, these pants will get in the way. So they'll hinder your back. As you can see, the heel is digging into that. But you're still getting some range. But this is cool nonetheless. I love the wraps there. All right. That is Wong. Let's move on. Sorry, I'm just admiring this dude. This is cool, man. I like this a lot. We'll do some height comparisons within the wave shortly after. All right. So, who next? Let's do America Chavez. Boom, America Chavez. America Chavez is a young girl from another universe being hunted for her power, the unique ability to open doorways into the multiverse. Doctor Strange dealing with another teenage character. Boy, can't wait to hear the dialogue between them two. The banter between him and Spidey. Although I don't know America Chavez's attitude. She came out after I kind of stopped reading comics. She's got a little skull there. Oh, it's even on her. Look at that detail. That is awesome. Interesting character, man. I think she can open doorways into the multiverse, and I think she does it by like punching, right? Which is why this whole fist thing is a thing. That is cool and interesting. Another young Avenger to the lineup. She does come with two, which is the torso of Rintrah. Rintrah. Oh boy. Don't flame me for getting that wrong. I'm trying. Yeah, this figure looks fantastic. Let's get her here. She does come with two open hands, which are unique to her, but they're still kind of similar to the hands we see all the time. Look at those. She's got some Chuck-like shoes. Pants look good. Why are we not focusing on her? There we go. Belt. I'm shocked at this little skull on there. See the stars on her jacket. That's fantastic. Face looks decent enough. Almost looks like the actress. I forget her name. Sochi something. Let me know. Or I could get it here on screen after I edit and all that stuff. Fisted hands. Stars running along. Ooh, look at that. Clearly some cool little teen girl with attitude, decorating her own jacket. Looks cool. Wrinkles in the pants look nice. Again, shoes. Other side. Hair looks painted decently. No real detail there. Although it is a Marvel Legend. Again, the MCU figures I do would appreciate detail like that. You know, some darks, some washes, some highlights, all that stuff. While the while the comic figures I do prefer the brightness that they offer. This is cool. Let me mount up and we'll take a even closer look and then check out her articulation. Boom. Wow, this face looks even better up close to the camera. And here are her extra hands, looking awesome. I don't know exactly how she does her powers. Again, she kind of appeared way after I stopped reading comics. I got to get back into that. Do your homework. Boog Nice is the one who has all that college knowledge, I'm sure, but also the comic knowledge, and that's fantastic. That's a strength when it comes to reviewing these figures. Look at that. I like the detail in the star, all faded and cracked out. It gets like that when you just throw your jacket on the chair and don't put your clothes away. Damn, these teens. She's got a little pride patch, I'm assuming, on there. It's awesome. And again, I was amazed they put the skull, you can see it right there, on the jacket. So pretty impressed with that. She's got a necklace sculpted on there. Plain t-shirt. Looks like the character's wearing that. Or it might be a little more textured. Belt. Those buckles are painted. Nice detail on this figure. This face does look very nice up close. They did a good job, I'd say. Fantastic. No. So the females don't really get the ball down here. At some point, I'm sure we will. Maybe with the thicker characters when they do Disney Plus She-Hulk, maybe, depending on what type of tank she's wearing. But probably not, is my guess. So you could get full 360 rotation. She does look down pretty decent enough. But again, her hair will stick out unnaturally. You do get your ball joint. No bicep. You get a single jointed elbow. Both hands have the horizontal type of hinge. Let me confirm that. So her fisted hands do as well. And then you can see her cut. It's pretty noticeable. She almost got that Nathan Drake half tuck in there going on. Decent enough. No waist. Her legs do go out pretty far. You do get your thigh cut. You do get your double jointed knees. Wow. It's a good knee joint. Holy cow. No boot. The capris or whatever. I don't know. Are those capris? I don't know. Pants. I just know jeans. Let's see. Ooh, this isn't bending. We'll check the other one. There we go. That's better. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Fantastic. This is a good figure. Now, you guys let me know. Would this be a good stand-in on your comic shelf? Or is this just too MCU for you guys? It might be just too realistic, especially when compared to like the three Kamala Khans if you count the Marvel Unlimited figure that we've gotten. So we've gotten Kamala Khan, we've gotten Gamerverse Kamala Khan, and we've gotten the Marvel Universe Spider-Fan Kamala Khan. We're definitely going to get a Disney Plus Kamala Khan probably the end of this year. So, yeah, I think this face might be a little too realistic. Let's get her standing up here. Camera is at an angle. Looking down. We'll get her. We'll get Wong. Now, I don't know how tall Benedict Wong is, but it looks like a decent size. Definitely looks like an adult next to a teenage girl. Awesome. That is a fantastic figure. Again, I got my case from Entertainment Earth. I know Target is mostly getting these two. Other people are finding everybody else as well. Full cases at Target, that's problematic if you ask me. Especially if you're going to get a full case of this. As you can tell, I am not a fan. That's a bummer if I walked into my Target and that's all they had. Yeah, all right. Let's move on to Mordo. Master Mordo. Mordo has gone rogue since leaving Carmartage, hunting other sorcerers for breaking the laws of reality, and is never far off the trail of Doctor Strange. 3. So he comes with the right arm of Rintrah. Here he is, looking fantastic, man. This is a cool look for Chiwetel Ejiofor, right? Fantastic actor, and I liked him in Doctor Strange. It was nice to see, we and everybody else can see him as a villain, but he's one of those villains where they believe they're right, and he thinks there's too many sorcerers. We saw at the end credits, one of the end credit scenes of Doctor Strange, him pulling the power from Benjamin Bratt's character, whoever that was, where he can no longer, he was using powers to make himself walk, kind of a selfish reason. But hey, it was his power to wield, but Mordo doesn't think so. So now he's hunting Doctor Strange. We still, or maybe I don't, know who the main villain is of Multiverse of Madness. It could be Wanda, could be Mordo. I doubt it's Mordo. I think Mordo's kind of a side quest or just kind of just a nuisance throughout the film. Hopefully he's not a throwaway villain like Marvel has done with some of the villains, like Baron von Strucker. That was a crime. That was bull. But yeah, I think this looks awesome. You know, he's seen some shit. He's got his beard grown out. He's got his hair grown out and braided. This looks fantastic. I like the layers and the green. This is awesome, just like I remember Mordo in the comics. This looks good. He does come with some alternate hands, fisted hands, and gripping hands, plus this crossbow. We'll take a closer look at that after. Let us admire. Ooh, we lose a lot of detail because it's just all robe in the back. So let me mount this up, and we'll get a even closer look of Mordo. Boom. Look at that. I like the scarring on his forehead. He's got a scar on his forehead. Again, he has seen some stuff. Man, how many other sorcerers are out there? What else? Isn't Brother Voodoo supposed to be in this? Or Dr. Voodoo? I don't know if Brother or I don't know the PC name change, but I think there is one. This looks good, man. Look at that. Wow. I like it. That is a fantastic head sculpt. The back of the hair. Nice sculpted detail on all those braids all the way down. No shading, no highlight. Might not be necessary. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if your hair's black, your hair's black. I don't know how much blacker you can get shadows and stuff like that. I guess you rely on the natural lighting in the room. This looks good. I like the different colored greens. Look at how dark that green is compared to this light green. Plus this gold-ish color. Plus this cream color. Again, I like the layers, the robes, the belts, all that stuff. His sling ring tucked in there. That's a nice detail. Does Wong have that? That'd be cool. He does. I missed that detail. That was shitty on me. Do your work. Do your job. This isn't my job, but you know what I mean. That is awesome. Look at this sash. Nice painted detail on that sash. Boots. This is cool, man. Let's get his other hand. So, you know, he does come with these spell, assuming, you know, these are spell casting hands. Here are some fisted hands. Have him going Super Saiyan. And then the crossbow wielding hands, which if they had the right hinge, it wouldn't. Look how it's aiming up. If you had the appropriate hinge, you can angle it at an appropriate angle to aim that crossbow. You could also double these as some sort of spell casting hands as well. As for the crossbow, pretty good detail. Nice browns. You see some sculpted work right there. Some etching, all that stuff. This is a soft plastic. So although he has a trigger finger, I don't know if I'd recommend putting his finger on there. But yeah, this is cool and interesting for a sorcerer to use. I guess we will see on the box. He comes with that. Wong and Strange are the only ones that come with that. So you need to repaint the flesh on your Strange and Wong if you feel you have too many of these spellcasting hands. If you want to use that for Mordo, who I think he should have came with the spellcasting hands. So as far as articulation, he too, does he? No. Unless it isn't moving on mine. It doesn't look like there's articulation down here. I'm way off camera, off center. But you do get your tilts and all that stuff up here. Barely. So you do get your ball jointed shoulders. There is no bicep, but you are twisting at the single jointed elbow. So you can see that. Robe, you know, it's not breaking the aesthetics. All his hands, as mentioned, have that horizontal hinge. Kind of a L for not having the vertical hinge on what should be wielding the crossbow. Look at that. Same nice range of motion there above the belt as Wong. And then his legs aren't as hindered as Wong. As you can see, it goes out to here on that side. This side's a little more hindered. So, you know, we have that slit there. This, we have the plastic sash, excuse me. You do get your thigh cuts. So this is maybe reuse of somebody. Maybe the previous Doctor Strange. I'll bust him out and see real quick. But, or do I need to? I think I have him right here. Sorry, just looking over my shoulder. No, I don't know. I don't think so. It's someone's legs, though. I only assume because of the pins. So, and then you have these boot. This could be the older Mordo, who I'm unfortunately not going to break out. That guy is way deep in storage. And you know what? It isn't a good-looking figure, sadly enough. You know, this was before the print tech, face scan, whatever you want to call it, real scan. So this is a much-needed improvement. However, it would have been nice if it came with another head from the first film as something you can pop on your other figure. So just little bonuses like that. Even though if it's an accessory for a figure that isn't necessarily this figure, it is appreciated. Mafex does that a lot. Comes with maybe a head or a hand for a character from that same line of figures. So that would have been nice to see. It's asking for a lot, I know, especially for a character like Master Mordo. We don't know the length or the grand scheme of things of the film, so he could just be a throwaway character, he could just be a cameo character, or he could just be in part of the film. It still would have been appreciated. Yeah, all right. Let's stick to the MCU, and then we'll move on to the comic figures. Boom, Doctor Strange. Ugh. Seeking mastery of the mystic arts, Stephen Strange soon learns to project his astral form into the physical world. So, interestingly enough, this figure is labeled as a Doctor Strange figure, not Multiverse of Madness like the rest of the figures. Well, specifically Strange, Wong, America, and Mordo. All right, he comes with the head of Rintrah, and oddly enough, a genie lamp. So I don't know much about this character. So I don't know if the genie lamp belongs to him. This dude is not a genie. I'm guessing this is a Strange from the scene where he fights the dude and has what's her name revive him with the paddles, right? Because he doesn't come with a cape. So that's my guess. This is poorly executed, in my opinion. This is ridiculous, man. This could have been done much differently, and Hasbro has done ghostly-like figures in their other lines much better. So we'll see the classic Doctor Strange robes, the Eye of Agamotto, which does come separately in the package. He does come with some extra hands. Look at that, so ghostly and so ghastly. I'm not a fan of this execution, dude. Look at that. He does have the peg hole of where his cape was once able to plug in. Sling ring there. All right, let me mount this up and we'll talk more shit. All right, here he is again. Again, I don't think this was executed very well at all. I do like the sling ring there. See how that's colored gold and that's colored gold? We can have color on this guy while still looking ghostly. Hasbro's best execution of that look is this Spirit of Obi-Wan. Although he is pretty glossy, that glossiness doesn't necessarily have to be on Doctor Strange. Another example, which I'm not bringing out here, is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Spoiler. Well, there's a character who's ghostly, and they did a good job of making that action figure as well. So, I mean, look at this. You still get some flesh tone on Kenobi. He still gets his hair color, which Strange has, oddly enough. It's just, why did they go with this ghostly white look for his skin tone? It is nuts. And then for the Star Wars stuff, it goes really from blue up into a solid color, which makes sense for Star Wars, not a necessity for this. So this could have been done much better. I'm hating on this figure much more than I need to, and it was unnecessary. We got one that was executed poorly. I'll put a picture of it up here. It was like a solid peach color. It was meh, and frankly, I think this is meh. So yeah. So I don't know how much of this is new. Actually, I think this is 100% No Way Home Doctor Strange, which was the last. Was it the last Build-A-Figure wave we received? It may have been. Yeah, you can see the sling rings, the belts, the arms, the robes. The same kind of pattern here is here. Boots and all that stuff. Well, this is a fantastic Doctor Strange figure, and might be my favorite Doctor Strange figure of that era. Yeah. So, check out my review of that Spider-Man wave. I went and did an articulation breakdown of that Doctor Strange figure there, as well as compared it to the 3-pack Infinity War Doctor Strange Iron Man Thanos pack. Yeah, so I'm not going to go into too much detail there. We will admire this genie lamp, which looks fantastic, painted in that nice swirly gold plastic. Awesome. All right, let's do the 2 comic figures, and then we'll end it on Doctor Strange. How's that sound? Cool? Cool. Sleepwalker. The Sleepwalker is the guardian of the mindscape, apprehending beings that invade the sleepy mind of humans. Total 90s character. Team ups with Darkhawk and Deathlock. If that doesn't sound 90s, I don't know what does. Also, Spider Man and Moon Knight, Spot Kingpin. Rick Sheridan, I believe, is the mind of the person he occupies, who at some point they became bonded together. And Rick's like, cool, yeah, use my body to manifest and fight crime. However, people are afraid of the way he looks. Don't be afraid. Is this a Bucky Cap body? Don't be afraid because they gussied it up. Look at that. They added some attachments, some boots, some a cape, a whole naked arm, these gloves. This dude is awesome, man. I like this figure way more than I thought I would. And it's probably the 90 nostalgia talking, but again, you know, collecting those trading cards and seeing this dude, you're like, who is this guy? A lot of us didn't know. We knew Spider-Man, we knew X-Men, especially in the 90s, we knew X-Men. So yeah, it's crazy for me to see that there is an action figure of this guy. This is awesome. I like this a lot. Sleepwalker comes with the left leg of Rintrah. Let me mount this up and we'll get a closer look. All right, this dude is awesome. I love the green flesh tone they use on him. The eyes are painted nicely. Mine has some like plastic, excess plastic there. There we go. That looks cool. This hood doesn't come off. You can pull the head off, but I think the hood is connected or glued. The top of the head, I at least struggled. It could be my carpal tunnel hands. Couldn't pull this off. But yeah, it doesn't look like, you know, I would think it would flop around if it could be pulled off, and it's not. That's not happening. But this looks cool. Look at his gloves. I appreciate. So yeah, this is obviously a body we've seen before, but I appreciate the lengths they went by including this extra belt, cloth accessory, this leg wrap. That looks cool, and then these boots with bigger feet. That looks awesome. Same thing on the other side. This cape, we've probably seen this before. I'm going to call it, but I'm not going to compare it. This might be a Hobgoblin cape reused. You let me know in the comments, but this looks fantastic. I don't have the Spider-Man retro wave, man. Like, I've been dicked around by friends, in quotes, who, yeah, I'll find you the Spider-Man, and then they kept it for themselves. Talk about jerk. You know, but I should do my own hunting. Jokes aside, yeah, no retailer has delivered me any Spider-Man retro figures. So that Hobgoblin is a repaint aside from new legs and arms. But I believe the cloth cape is something we could have compared this to. So again, apologies for that. I have what I have. So Sleepwalker here does come with fisted hands in package. He does come with these open hands, you know, for spells or whatever the heck it is he does. These look fantastic. Perfect character to throw in a Doctor Strange way, right? This is cool. So he is on that old body. So you just get your ball and just pull this off. There you go. There you go. We've seen that before. This is old news, man. I don't really care for that anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the cape off. It's gonna look goofy with just this hood. Or maybe not. We've had goofier figures. See what I mean? I don't think this could come off. It's not really like it's glued back here or something. So you get your up, you get your down. Naturally, you'll be hindered by the cape here. You got your ball jointed shoulders. You got your double jointed elbows. You got your bicep cut. You got your horizontal hinged fisted hands and spellcasting hands. You got that classic ab crunch. That is insane. That is insane. You get your old waist cut. You get your thighs, thigh swivel, hips, double jointed knees, and then the feet, the ankles. I like this a lot, man. Let me go ahead and put that cape back on. That 90s nostalgia speaks to me, but I just think this is a cool looking character. It's like what is he? He's an alien, but obviously. But he looks fantastic. And again, I appreciate, although this body's retiring, right? This is Bucky Cap, right? I'm not fooled by all this shit that's on him. It's not shit, it's good. But I think it's rad. I think this is cool, and this figure is being one of the only two comic figures. If you're just a comic only Marvel Legend collector, definitely worth a grab. Holy cow! Especially fill out that 90s roster. Get him next to your Darkhawk. Get him next to your Deathlock. Get him next to your Moon Knight and Spider-Man. Let's get him next to Spider-Man, actually. Fantastic, dude. That is so good. I like that a lot. Very happy, very surprised. You know, in package he looked okay, but in hand I'm stoked. This is one of those excuse me, one of those figures slash characters I'll probably keep around me, to just kind of pose and play with. You have it next to your nightstand, or you have it at your desk, your work desk, and stuff like that. You just kind of pose them when you're on a meeting, stuff like that. That's what this guy's going to be for the next few days or weeks. All right, let's move on to Despair. Wow, that's some good box art, dude. Despair. What a so like I don't know when this dude was created, but it's like vampire with a Y. It's just I cringe because I grew up around goth kids, and no disrespect to goth people, but some of them were lame. The people, not the style. Wow, what a tangent. All right, the embodiment of the ultimate evil. Despair uses the fear of others to strengthen himself. This figure, as plain as it is, you can see the body's gonna be great for customizers with the exception of the hands. Plain black. But look at that. It's almost sloppy actually compared to the rest of the figure, but I like the sloppy look. Because there it's pretty clean. But there, this cape. I love that texture detail in that cape back there. Whew. So good. Tattered, draping over the shoulders like that. Collar, tattered as well. That looks fantastic. I like these flame-like things. Colors or whatever. These gloves going up. He does come with extra. Oh, I hate the different colored hips there. Splayed out spell casting like hands. He's in this way for a reason. Maybe he's in the movie, an MCU version, but they went ahead and came out with this comic version. I don't know. You let me know. Gonna mount up and take a closer look. I'm so bummed and annoyed at how far away this movie is. I know he may or may not be, but I'm talking about the wave reminded me of how far away the movie is. So hype. That movie sounds insane, especially if some of these rumors are true, which I'm not going to reiterate here, but whatever. Nonetheless, it sounds fantastic. Look at that. I love this cape. A little too clean on that side. I mean, maybe it's not meant to be dirty, but the embodiment of ultimate evil. So he's got to look pretty cool. I like that texture detail. This is good. This is a figure that deserves those creepy spell casting like hands on there. No fist for this guy. Maybe one. Let's see. I'm here posing him in the back. What do you think? Almost Shakespearean, right? That is cool. So he does come with his cape not on him in the package. It's right behind him. So I did have to pop the head, which this is an older body. You've seen it before. Has that classic hinge. So let's pretend the cape doesn't hinder articulation, but this is as much as you'd get without the cape. So this is your classic shoulders plus your butterfly joints, which we've seen. Like a couple of these Spideys and Sunfire and whatnot. Double jointed elbows. Each type of hand has that horizontal hinge. Fantastic ab crunch on this. Clickies out to there. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees. You get your boot cut, breaking up the sculpt, but hey, that's just what this mold does. And then forward, back, rocker. Quick, dirty Despair. Definitely worth your time and your money for your Marvel Legend collection. This looks good. Getting the head off. Excuse me, camera. See, just easily just squeeze that through there. Pop this back on. Easy peasy. Got yourself a Marvel villain. This is awesome. Who is the villain, man? Is it Despair? Is it Shumagora? It's probably not, because that other eye tentacle beast is in there. Nightmare? Wanda? Doctor Strange himself? Who knows? Speaking of Strange, let us move on to Doctor Strange himself. Hello. Doctor Strange, Dr. Stephen Strange is Earth's mightiest sorcerer, battle-hardened, and reckoning with his lonely place in the multiverse after the events of Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Battle-hardened and reckoning with his lonely place in the multiverse. Huh. Strange. Damn it. I hate when you want to use a word and then it's too punny because of what's in front of you. Like, how many times did I say fantastic in the Fantastic Four review? I say fantastic a lot. I say strange a lot. So this is a new Doctor Strange, excuse me for the camera angles, with the most ill-fitting cloak of levitation ever. I hate this cloak of levitation. Not even a plug. That would have helped. It's so wide at the top. And I don't get it. Like, why did they do that? As you can see some new robes on this dude. Let me just mount up. All right, here he is, Doctor Strange. That is a good Benedict Cumberbatch likeness. Still not getting those grays in the side of his head applied too well. New robes, though. Look at that. That looks good. It's almost like his modern costume, right? That's all black with the red coming right here. That's pretty cool. Sling ring detail there on the belt. Nice robe. Braided type fabric across. Looking good. You lose the detail here. That gets painted. That does not get painted. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm just going to come out and say it right now. Not as good as the No Way Home Doctor Strange. This Doctor Strange. Look at how nice that cape is fitting on there. The layers. I think I prefer the thick robe look. You know, some people think he looks like a hobo. I do not. I think this is a fantastic look and true to the classic look. I don't mind the outfit changes. They happen. Good lord, dude. It's problem standing them on these foam platforms for dials. Yeah, but this is cool. I don't mind it. A little plain on the back. But this, dude. Like, why? Why no peg? It looks so cool too. The way it's posed and sculpted and. But it's just not, you know. I mean, if you leave it on the shelf, cool, right? But it's just, again, too wide. So what I'm going to do, take this one off. It does have the peg, so it might get in the way. Sticks out. Actually looks goofy. Looks like it gives him a hunchback. So it's just not going to work without that peg, which was totally necessary for this Doctor Strange. Let's get it back on this one, because I love this Doctor Strange a lot. But yeah, I also think his neck is kind of long, right? I think the head's maybe sitting a little bit too high on this. I mean, you could even see into it. So if it was just down, you know, if you had the cape sitting, you have that collar, it doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't really hold on there well enough. So interesting, that Eye of Agamotto with no time stone in it, but it's no longer on a rope. It's on him. So he does have, look at that. So you could see his Adam's apple is moving too. So there is some rotation there at the bottom. There we go. Dumbbell. Ball jointed bicep, double jointed elbows. These hands, he does come with some extra hands. Let me show you real quick. The spell casting hands, same ones we see with Wong and we've seen before. And then another spell casting hand for this one. It's the sling ring hand, so we get a different spell casting hand here. And then this hand, a fisted hand. It is minor, but like they never really sculpt the scars on his hands. I guess they're there on that hand, but like these for sure no. And then this fisted hand, is that sculpted detail? Is that the scars? Maybe I'm wrong. This one doesn't look like has any of the scars, or maybe it was sculpted and it was just lost in the molding process. So anyway, look at that ab crunch. He has a classic ab crunch. I don't know. I think I would have preferred the robe, this be solid, and then just had the rotation like Mordo and Wong. So that would have been better. It just looks. I was gonna say strange. Looks odd to me. Plus, this is hindering any outward movement, but you can see there is a thigh cut. There is a double jointed knee. Excuse me, which I just pinched this plastic here. I'm doing it again. No boot cut, but you do get your forward, your back, and your rocker. Doctor Strange. Crazy that we got two movie Doctor Strange figures so close together, but understandably so, given that these movies would have been back to back. May is so far away. We got Moon Knight to hold us over. Let's get Strange here. The new Strange. Old in quote Strange. Not so old. I think this is a better likeness, but I still prefer this head, if that makes any sense. Let's get Wong over here. What do you think? I think they look great together. Mordo, you know, if he was chill, this could have been a trio of sorcerers. He may have even been the Sorcerer Supreme over Wong, right? I don't know the hierarchy. But had he stayed and not cared, great domino effect, not cared about the Ancient One channeling some bad magic to preserve her life the way she did, we could have had a good Mordo. All right. Let's put this bath together. I'm not even going to cut. Let's just do it. So this Strange did not come with a Build-A-Figure piece, so we were done with that. America Chavez piece and the Astral projection, Doctor Strange. That's interesting. I wonder what that little square is for. All right. Cool. Arms. Easy. Other arm. Easy. So I think from what I've seen in the comics, he's naked, right? So this rope. So that's why it leads me to believe, given how realistic this looks, this might be an MCU version of Rintrah. You know, this may be a character we see as he travels through the multiverse. Where's the other leg? Sorry, I had to make sure I had the right. They look identical. You know, it's not like I could look at his hoof and tell which is the left leg or the right leg. All right. He has this move in as well, which that Strange should have had. This is cool, dude. Look at him. Rintrah. Nice. Ox? I think he's an ox. Nice pierced ears there. Eye paint looks nice. Horns. Let's see the top of the horns. Yeah, different colors. It's blended in nicely. Robes. I would say the robes are the only thing that lack any kind of painted detail. Because the fur, the sculpted fur really makes him pop. Look at even the hands. You know, comes with like a fleshing type padding there. He does come with some fists, which is awesome. Always have, to even get options for your Build-A-Figure. You know, that's pretty cool. Then his hooves, which I think look great. How is he to stand? Is he going to be a bitch to stand? No, man. They did a fantastic job with this. So really, I mean, yeah, you get the line works there in his, I mean, that's not a robe, he's wearing pants. But even the belt has some good detail. This is sweet. So, look at that range there. You look up, you look down, side to side. Just like a couple of the robed characters, like Mordo. I can't bend this dude's arm. Please don't break. Who would I have to rebuy if I broke this? Wong? Oh, I don't mind buying another one. I just don't want it to break still. There we go. I don't know if you heard that pop off camera. This one bends a little much easier. So there you go. Single jointed, but you are we twisting here? We are twisting. And then that. It's very loose. And then you get that sweet, sweet rotation there. Thighs do go out to there. I can't get this to pop 100%. I have this gap. Thigh cut. Single jointed knee. Plus the weird. You get a hinge. Sorry, you get a swivel at the goat knee. Or hoof. Or ox knee. Or whatever it is. And then the ankles do have rockers and bend and all that stuff. Interesting character. For a Build-A-Figure again. This looks realistic to me. So maybe an MCU version of Rintrah, which would be great if he starts hanging around the Sanctum Sanctorum. And so all we got is Wong and Strange, and but then we see all these background sorcerers. There has to be somebody else on a higher level, right? Running these other sanctums. Are they fallen forever? Did they rebuild them? You let me know. I don't know. Let's get these dudes set up so we can say our goodbyes. All right, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the first Build-A-Figure wave of 2022. All right, I'm not overly blown away, but I'm pretty happy with a lot of these figures. Standouts for me are Wong, America Chavez, and Sleepwalker. Plus, the Build-A-Figure Rintrah is fantastic. Not my favorite Doctor Strange. I do appreciate the new look. I do wish he had a rotation at the waist, similar to these other robed fellas. I'm not really feeling that ab crunch on this, but I do like the new robes. No Way Home remains superior. That Doctor Strange. This is a big fail, so I have America Chavez covering his head. And then the Mordo is pretty cool. Much improved over the last version, especially thanks to the face tech. But yeah, what a trip. That's a crazy Build-A-Figure. And the comic figures are fantastic, with Sleepwalker being my favorite of the two comic figures in this wave. All right, I said that while running out of breath. Thank you for checking out my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please check out my Instagram, where I will showcase these figures throughout the week once this video goes live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you. I think we're in February. Shit, I owe you a top 5 figures of January. We'll get that right. We'll get that out right after this video. And I'm going to do another video. Figures from the Marvel Universe line that I wish had Marvel Legends counterparts. So we'll do that video soon. See ya.